My husband abandoned me with 3 little girls. Then his new wife destroyed his life. I never imagined my life would fall apart on a quiet Tuesday morning. My husband walked into our kitchen carrying a single suitcase. He didn't look angry. He didn't look guilty. He looked relieved. "I've met someone else," he said. "I love her. And I'm leaving." Behind me, our 3 daughters were coloring at the dining table. Emily was 9. Sophie was 6. Little Lily had just turned 3. They looked up, smiling, believing Daddy was going on another business trip. I wanted to scream. Instead, I whispered, "What about your daughters?" He shrugged. "They'll be fine with you." Then he walked out. The front door closed. And in that single moment, 20 years of marriage disappeared. I didn't know it then. But the woman he left us for would eventually destroy everything he thought he had gained. My name is Sarah. And this is how losing everything became the greatest blessing of my life. For weeks, I barely slept. Every morning, I forced myself to smile for the girls. Every night, I cried after they fell asleep. Bills began piling up. The mortgage, school supplies, groceries, medical insurance. Everything had depended on my husband's salary. Now I worked as an elementary school teacher. It wasn't enough. One afternoon, Emily quietly asked, "Mom, did Daddy stop loving us?" That question broke me more than his betrayal ever could. I hugged all 3 girls and promised them something I wasn't even sure was possible. As long as I'm alive, you'll never feel abandoned. I took extra evening tutoring jobs. I graded papers until midnight. On weekends, I cleaned houses for neighbors. My hands hurt constantly, but every dollar meant another meal, another school uniform, another birthday present. Meanwhile, my husband seemed happier than ever. Friends posted photos online, luxury restaurants, beach vacations, designer clothes. His new wife, Vanessa, loved showing off. Every picture came with captions like, "Real love always wins." She wanted the world to know she had stolen someone else's husband. At first, those photos hurt. Then, they became motivation. Every time I wanted to give up, I looked at my daughters, not at my past. Years passed. The girls grew stronger. Emily became the top student in her class. Sophie discovered she loved music. Little Lily smiled again after months of nightmares. Our tiny house was filled with laughter. We didn't have much, but we finally had peace. Or so I thought. One rainy afternoon, someone knocked on my front door. It was my ex-husband. I almost didn't recognize him. He looked exhausted, older. His expensive suit was wrinkled. His eyes had lost their confidence. "Can we talk?" he asked quietly. I almost closed the door, but Emily was watching from the hallway, so I stepped outside. "What happened?" He sighed deeply. "Vanessa." Then he stopped speaking. For the first time, I saw fear in his eyes. I made the biggest mistake of my life. I wasn't interested, but curiosity kept me standing there. He explained everything. After marrying Vanessa, she slowly convinced him to put every major asset into joint ownership. Our future, she called it. She persuaded him to sell investments, buy luxury cars, purchase a huge mansion, take expensive vacations. He believed she truly loved him. Instead, she loved spending money. Every month became more expensive. Every argument became louder. She isolated him from old friends. She insulted his parents. She even mocked his daughters whenever their names came up. "They're part of your old life," she always said. He ignored every warning sign, because admitting the truth would mean admitting he had destroyed his own family for nothing. Then came the biggest surprise. One afternoon, he returned home early, inside the living room. Vanessa wasn't alone. She was laughing with another man. Not just any man, his business partner. The same partner he had trusted for years. His world collapsed. She didn't even apologize. Instead, she smiled. "You thought I married you for love?" she laughed. "I married your money." Within months, she filed for divorce because most of the property had already become legally shared. She walked away with nearly half his fortune. The mansion, luxury vehicles, savings, investments, even part of his retirement. He fought in court. He lost. Then his business partner left the company, taking several important clients with him. The business nearly collapsed. Everything happened so quickly. He barely understood how he'd lost it all. I listened quietly, not because I felt sorry for him, because I remembered the day he walked away from 3 little girls without looking back. Finally, he whispered, "I want another chance." I looked directly into his eyes. "No." One word. Calm, simple, final. "You didn't leave because life was hard. You left because you believed someone else would make you happier." His shoulders dropped. "I know. You didn't abandon only me. You abandoned your daughters." He started crying. "I know. You missed birthdays. I know. You missed school concerts. I know. You weren't there when